No great thing is created suddenly. Epictetus. Greetings, friends. Today we unlock rare Stoic insights known only to history's greatest sages, cultivated through relentless self-examination and the desire to live justly. I will now share 5 potent keys for elevating understanding beyond reactive impulses or blind assumptions. These techniques of questioning biases, discerning influence, governing turbulent emotions with rational discipline, anticipating constant change, and binding all efforts to higher ideals empower profound wisdom and resilience to ride out storms confounding others. Rightly applied, such arts of perception, self-mastery, and moral purpose lead to tranquil lives of virtue we may emulate. First key, quest for unveiling the truth's wisdom. My friends, the essential foundation for wisdom involves courageously questioning assumptions and cultural biases, rather than blindly accepting the comforts of conformity. We must develop the discernment to confront realities obfuscated by vanity and consensus thinking. Self-examination with ruthless skepticism aligns perception closer to nature's truth. Shall we travel the path of the hero together? It promises discomfort but liberation of the mind in return. First, release attachment to approval and acceptance from mere mortals. Recognizing flattery often pays for counterfeit confidence by exploiting vulnerability rather than illuminating truth and empowering excellence. Yet revealing light often elicits blame before praise from those still avoiding personal work. A teacher first unsettles slumber. Prepare for growing pains as inquiry unravels false refugees and points at festering wounds unaddressed beneath glittering facades. But linger not in disappointment over naivete exposed. Rather, celebrate heightened horizons glimpsed from abandoned plateaus that once seemed pinnacle but proved pedestrian foothills. Climb on. New vistas will shock assumptions lived by rather than shake them. But cling to shattered paradigms for security when cognitive dissonance strikes. Push past denial and lean into analysis by logos. Allow contradictions and tension to stretch the heart and mind for syntheses containing deeper truths. In breakthrough lies joy. Thus one outwits the cultured despisers of examined living by repeatedly testing conviction, identity, and decision against ruthless reason, moving targets further as deeper integrity emerges through ascesis. Second key, navigating life's controllable realms wisely. Consider the archer evaluating conditions before taking her shot, similar to how a Stoic surveys circumstances before responding. The adept archer accepts immutable realities like wind speed and adjusts posture not to resist nature but to exploit what can be influenced. Bow tension, arm angle, aim, while letting fly the arrow with equanimity about this attempt's unique result. She recognizes some factors impacting the target lie within her power: skill cultivated through years of practice, strength built through exercise, an adjustable bow allowing a spectrum of shots, and in each moment choices about how to stand or pull the string. These she refines tirelessly, dedicating hours to perfect form grounded in experience. Therein she exercises freedom and charts progress, yet conditions also arise that she cannot determine. A sudden breezy, equipment limitations, the arrow's inherent characteristics, cheering crowds distracting concentration, and ultimately, that bowstring release divorcing her agency from the arrow's trajectory into destiny marked by the target. These she accepts stoically as boundaries framing striving. Skill integrates constraints and possibilities to focus efforts where archery excellence permits. Thus, the master archer reconciles boldness over flexibility with equanimity, about the fixed, strategically applying energy solely to controllable points of leverage, while allowing factors beyond reach to unfold, concentrating on process more than any outcome. Thereby, through wisdom and training, She governs her realm, leaving the rest to providence. Now, shall we discuss applying this model to managing perceptions, my friend? Much hinges on accurately mapping influence. Third key, steering emotions for rational solutions navigation. Governing turbulent emotions with rational discipline is vital to finding solutions. Like raging seas that batter reactive minds, distressing feelings tempt surrender of our mental authority if we identify our thinking with such currents. Yet the Stoic remains the captain of judgment. Tumult arises on two levels: material conditions that prompt subjective reactions, and the secondary interpretative response itself, colored by biases and beliefs. While the first cannot always be altered in a timely manner, the second realm opens immediately through consciously examining emotions without censorship. It is folly to pretend that dangerous storms do not stir legitimate apprehension and caution, like the dedicated sailor reading turbulent factors rightly to navigate adversity. Honor emotions signaling attention to external or internal events requiring response. Allow initial impressions, space for expression to inform. Fear, alerts of threats, anger signals, violations of boundaries, anxiety cautions of unpredictability ahead. Validate the wisdom emotions carry, yet also scrutinize them skeptically as context-shaped, since conditions elicit a rainbow of reactions based on different minds' contents even when facing the same incidents. Two sailors may both see the wave yet interpret implications and proper reaction quite distinctly. Therefore, submit feelings to rational cross-examination revealing essentials and actionables. Thereafter, having heard the witnesses fully, judgments must rule on meaning extracted through logical frameworks, not impulse, reflex, ego, or uncritical acceptance of emotions experienced reality as total reality. This leadership process awakens solutions impossible under moods alone, thus governed behind the helm. Fourth key, embracing change. Friends, let us further ponder the ever-shifting tides of change that erode the status quo, require continuous adaptation, but also reveal new horizons for those embracing impermanence as a natural law rather than a threat. Existence is defined by the incessant arising and dissolution of transient conditions, as elder sages observe. Even mountains prove ephemera when seen across millennia. Therefore, cultivating composure amidst flux applies reason's eye to the wearisome and pleasurable alike, recalling, "This too shall pass." Freed from grasping life's changing contents as absolute, we unbind hopes from what a season's turn may erode or exalt next. Anxieties triggered by novelty relax before equanimity assimilates all experience to eternity's circulations, discerning continuity through discontinuity. Thus poise empowers the bold when habit's guardians retreat behind walls of rigid presuppositions, now rattled by unforeseen variables. Conviction relies not on safe predictions, but on the principle's resilience. How many innovations materialize through a ripened crisis, but seem unimaginable to conservatives focused solely on preservation? Destabilization of the familiar outpaces, comprehension bound to precedent, opening space for emergence. Yet seeking first to reinstate expired orders for security, they are outflanked by creative dynamism embracing predicaments as laboratories rather than dead ends. Ride change's waves, my friend, neither clinging nor resisting the waiter's direction. Reorient veering straight into opportunity, attuned to underlying cadences that resolve discord into harmony across the measure's span. Adaptation sets us up to prosper with life's melody ever arranging prior themes into new movements, such as wisdom's way. Fifth key, moments shape collective redemption. Envision each fleeting decision and deed subordinate to ideals eternally true, so discrete moments channel toward collective redemption. The sage comprehends life's relativity. Humanity sojourns briefly through mortal coils before ceding place to descendants carrying on creation's originating vision. Though most cheer pyrrhic gains are stacked as monuments to the ego, wiser hearts consecrate ephemeral hours upon timeless virtues instead: justice, understanding, courage, and compassion. Thereby significance multiplies from fractions aggregated across generations' collaboration toward beauty and truth. No breath lies fallow but by ignorance to this contract binding mortals across years to uphold learned light against chaos. Each present pivot point risks sliding backward or progressing nobly. Thus we accept responsibility for judgments however small, never dismissing consequences cloaked in harmless preference. For self and civilization advance by no detached calculations of utility, maximized heedless of ethical impacts upon vulnerable surroundings. Rather, each deliberation weighs local and non-local repercussions filtered through the golden mean to walk lightly. Through conscience applied daily to tangibles, we inch ahead of that invisible arc trajectory culminating beyond sight. Aligning choices with wisdom plants, seeds that are harvestable when we rest. Defer not the highest purpose waiting for great deeds someday. Sanctify routine through repeating. Here too lies meaning yearning my hands to deliver. My friends, through questioning assumptions, discerning influence, governing emotions with reason, anticipating impermanence, and dedicating moments to moral purpose, we unlock the Stoic keys to outwitting superficiality. Thereby we claim our sovereign mind amidst madness, overcoming vanity and anxiety's narrow vision. Wisdom's lasting victory sustains us through ephemeral loss. May these secrets shared steer your passage nobly.